Yo, it's your boy Jimbo Tex 40, back at it again with another YouTube video. And I'm very happy to bring you this video today. It's a very special one to my heart. And if you are friends with me on Facebook, you already know this, but my daughter Emmy, earlier this month, she took her first steps and we were just so excited. My family, my wife Kelly and I, and even Charlie was really excited for her. The reason I wanted to make this video is because as Emmy took those first steps, it brought back a real important memory that I had about 12 years ago. And it was at a low point in my life and where I really needed to hear the message at the time. And it's, the analogy is comparing our walk with God to a baby's first steps as they walk to their parents. And so as you watch this first video clip, you're gonna notice, taking a couple steps, Emmy takes a few, then she falls down, and just notice the excitement in my voice and in my wife's voice as she does that.
Okay. Emmy!
So here's what I hope the takeaway is. You watch each of these successive clips and watch Emmy go from taking one or two steps to eventually in the final video walking across the entire living room. I hope that the takeaway is that, again, I compared our walk with God to a baby's steps, a baby taking her first steps. And so as Emmy fell down, we cheered. And this was so important for me to hear about 10 plus years ago with just where I was in my life. And a lot of us have a tendency to view God this way, but I was definitely viewing God as someone who looked down on us, and any mistake that we made, he was sitting there just ready to scold us and to judge us on all of that. And the message that I heard at the time was, well, think about a parent. Think about me in that situation as I was watching my child take her first steps. And this is how God views us. I really believe this now. When me, as an imperfect father, watched my child take a few steps and stumble and fall, I wasn't sitting there scolding her and saying, Emmy, why aren't you taking more steps? You should be doing better than this. And guys, that's not how God views us at all either. When we stumble and fall, God is sitting there proud of the steps that we're making as we walk towards Him. And we're gonna have stumbles, we're gonna have falls. But like with anything in life, it's not that we do fall, it's what we do after that. So I just wanted to use this as an encouragement. You'll watch in the next video clip. Again, she doesn't make it across the room, but we're still proud.
Come here. Oh.
Go get Daddy. Go get Daddy. Go get Daddy. Oh! You did so good,
You're
girl.
such a little
Oh my
walker.
God.
So it is my hope that the takeaway you get while watching these videos is a little bit of an inspiration and a takeaway that, again, as me, an imperfect father, if I can celebrate and rejoice for my daughter as she takes her steps towards us, imagine what God up above, who is perfect. And if you don't feel like He is, just know that He is, and you got to trust it. But God being perfect and all His angels in heaven just singing and rejoicing for us as we take those steps towards Him. If I hadn't heard this message before, I would probably still be viewing God as someone that just looks at us very vindictively and there to scold us every step of the way. In which case, guess what's gonna happen if that's your view of God? You're gonna fall down, but instead of continuing to walk towards Him, you're gonna turn the other way and walk away because you have a false view of who God is. So don't buy into that lie. God is there celebrating us. As long as we're walking towards Him, it's gonna be like that in life. We're gonna have struggles. But I hope you enjoy this last clip, and then we'll close it up in just a little bit. So that was my favorite of all the videos. It's the one that we changed her. Obviously she's wearing different clothes, but it was later that night, and she walks all the way across the living room. Now, as humans, we are never going to have that perfect walk across the living room or towards God, so to speak. We're gonna fall. I'm not going to have that perfect walk with God until the day that He calls me home, which will be great in its time. But for now, I've just got to embrace that I'm going to fall and just keep on getting back up and walking towards the Lord. Love you guys.